want Tell. Hopefully, his senses dictate that he'd want Tell over Garnacho. Because Garnacho don't offer shit.
And also, we keep on saying this attack is deep. How deep is it? Let's be honest. And some players don't even work for the manager system. We've seen that so many times. I've had freaking Deco and everyone.
This argument.
No. We've had Deco and other players at times, and they were world beaters, but not good for our team or for that manager. That happens in every place ever in the history of mankind.
Oh, you're not going to tell me about a 65-year-old Deco,
Varane joined Manchester United and he was a bum after doing what he was doing. Yes, I can tell you. I can tell you countless of teams and countless of places. Yes, I can do that. I can do that.
Sorry, by the way, I don't know your name, right? Can you let me know your name?
Yeah,
we've never met.
Just call me CP. CP, yeah, nice to meet you.
CP.
Yeah.
Like, reality is, right, we've got Noni, Neto, Sancho, Felix, Nkunku, and Palmer. And we have Jackson. I'm sorry. If you look at every squad in the Premier League, those 8 are going to rank in the top 3 guaranteed as a combination of options. If he can't make that work to get top 4...
Wait, what?
Who has better as a combination of 8?
Yeah.
Who's the best 8th player?
Liverpool right now, their entire attack. Yes, all 8. Yes.
Who's their 8th striker? Who's their 8th midfielder or winger?
You mentioned all the attacking options so we'll do that. So they have Gakpo, they have Mohamed Salah, they have Darwin Núñez, who output wise is doing way better than Jadon Sancho or Madueke in their wildest dreams. So we can say that because output does matter to a certain extent. We can't keep
3 players so far.
Okay, 3. We also have Diaz, Jota. Yeah, I think that's 5. That's 5 elite. We have Harvey Elliott. I do
3, yeah. So I'll give you Liverpool.
No, not 3. No. We don't have 3. I just need you 5. We have 5
No,
players
my friend,
in the team.
You're not understanding my point. They are a team that's better than us. You're telling me that our 8, right, are not in a top 4, in the top 4 teams in the Premier League. So, like, the options that clubs have. So, if Liverpool, I'll give you. Man City, I'll give you if you want Man City as well.
Mm-hmm.
What, you think Arsenal's forwards are better than our forwards?
No, but I think Villa's are.
Well, we are just going off this run of form, though.
Villa's. I think Villa's
you're going off 7 games. Bro, we've scored the
No, last season too. No, we can't because even Durant was being a super sub last season was having impact.
But the thing is, though, we're not.
And Watkins has 33 GNA.
You know what? I'll tell you now.
We're creating a shitload of chances. We're creating
and not only that, we scored the 3rd highest goals in the league this year. You know, I hate fans like CP at times, you know. I really do. Because what he's doing now is,
Hold that, CP.
No, and I'll explain to you. Because what CP is doing now is, it's this squad is bad because we haven't been good in the last 7 games. But the 16 prior to that will get completely ignored. The goal scoring return, that 3rd best in league, will get completely ignored. This is not a bad squad, man. Like we are exaggerating.
It's goldfish memories, bro. It's goldfish memories. Start of the season, people were telling me, "Oh, but don't worry, bro. It's fine. We can have Sanchez as our keeper." I'm like, why did everybody just get amnesia about what happened last season? Like, why does everybody pretend last season didn't happen? And then here we go. The exact same things pop up. And I'm telling you, this team is. The thing is, if you look at our stats, we are producing similar stats in the games that we've lost. It's just the fact that we haven't been clinical. Like
exactly, that's the point.
It's literally been busting our balls, and also the fact that, let's be honest, our defense did not look this bad when we had Cole Fofana. Even when we were missing Reece James and Latvia, it did not look this bad with Fofana.
Here's the thing: we can link the. Let's face it, and I think how we're feeling about the transfer window is linked to our current form.
Agreed.
I truly believe that.
100%.
I disagree.
No, it totally has, because we won't mention half the stuff we were when we were on that.
No, we were.
No, because here's the thing, though, Scott. Here's the thing. And maybe you guys agree with me. I've said this, I've iterated this multiple times, that in this window, two things I've wanted. Recall Chalobah, which they've done. The other thing they can do, and I'm content with this window, is just recall me a midfielder. Because I don't want Caicedo to fall. The rest, yes, I am content with that, because I think, and I remember I had this conversation with Alexis, right, where we were talking about how do we feel about Jackson, and how do we feel about maybe going back for Osimhen in January? And we both said, let's assess it once we get to January and see where our options at. And right now with Jackson, okay, 9 goals at this point in the season. He's had a bad patch. The last 7 games have been a really bad patch for him, and a few, blanks here and there in the first 16. But overall this season, he's been majorly good. Now, I would love to have a backup option, but I think I can wait until there's better options in the summer.
No, Marshall. So
can I go? This is where I disagree, by the way.
Yeah, so well, let Scott disagree real quick, because I interrupted Scott real quick. Let's Scott.
This is where I disagree. Like, outside, the only position that we potentially now need in this window that we didn't is winger, because one of our players decided to be a drug mule. Outside of that, goalkeeper we've been speaking about basically ever since these sporting directors have come in. Like, goalkeeper we've spoke about every single window without fail, and they refused to address it properly. Centre back, we're still talking about. We recalled Chalobah because we refused to go and buy anyone. That's not good enough. We still need a centre back.
Yes.
Still need a centre back.
But the thing is, like, we also have to be, because this is going back to what Alexis was saying, right? And I think also what Surfer was saying. We also have to be realistic, because I feel like a lot of people went into this January transfer window thinking we were going to do business like we did when we got Enzo and we got Batty and shit. Like, it's like, we're not going to negotiate like that. We're not going to do that kind of business. We're not going to get a goalkeeper mid-season when all these teams. But the thing is, hold on, real quick. Before you, okay, go ahead.
We also need a striker, whether that's a starter or a backup. We have needed a striker for at least a year. We're having the same conversation we had last January.
Yes.
That's unacceptable. That's 3 separate windows. We haven't addressed the position properly. Because whether Jackson is the starter or he's the backup, we need someone behind him. Having Hugh as the backup's not good enough at all. Especially he doesn't play anyway. That's the only position that you can then argue. The only position you could then argue is midfield, and I think that we need to rule someone. That's 3 positions we needed to address before this window started at the start of this season, because we didn't address them in the summer properly. On the other point, by the way, Marshall, there's such a thing as adapting. We might not have needed to do much business prior to this window starting because of certain situations. You have to adapt. I don't think City planned to spend 150 mil nearly within 2 weeks of the window opening. I don't think they also expected to be 6th at that point. But shit happens. You have to adapt. And these guys don't adapt.
My thing is, so before I let you go, Alexis, my thing is, if you look at the start of the window, I think, everyone agreed, bringing back Chalobah and like maybe a midfield backup of Leslie. Maybe not necessarily Santos, because he clearly is developing right now. I don't want to block his development, but like those
Leslie's
two,
the one I would go for.
You guys all heard me. I was always saying, if you want those two, that's it. But like realistically, right, if you look at the way we play, right, and how we've been playing, like it's clear, like we need another option in that striker position right now, right?
Agreed.
I felt like that if there was one transfer that needed to happen, the goalkeeping one, we can adapt, in my personal opinion. Centre back, we've spoken about midfield, right? That was the one I was looking at in January to be like, if we need to get something done here to really cement top 4, that's the position we need to be targeting, right? And for me, no, not centre back, striker. I'm talking about striker.
Oh, okay.
Not centre back, because again, I was content with Chalobah coming back and Leslie being there for me as my backup, right? So it really should have been the striker situation we've been looking at. And the problem for me, we've been looking at a position that I don't necessarily think we need to be covering right now, right? Tao, he's a young lad, everything like that, all due respect, but I need someone there with a bit more XP. He's leveled up a bit more. He knows what he needs to do, right? And it's gonna help out our wingers a lot more in solving our situation, bro. That's been my issue really in this transfer window, bro, more than anything else.
So can I speak on this? So we were doing this whole attack hype. So we're currently the 4th best attack, and we're 1 goal from Arsenal away from them being tied with us. Okay, and also Newcastle and Bournemouth are at 41 while we're at 45. So it's not like we have this blistering attack. Man City have scored more than us. No. Wait. I let you complete your thing. I let everyone talk, so let me do my thing, please.
Marshall, you found our version of Thai, mate.
Dude,
this is deluded.
No, he's both ways. Some days he stops the delusion. Sometimes,
yeah.
That's why we have CP dynamism.
They just added Marmoush. They added Marmoush, so Man City's attack has gotten better. We can't even deny that. We're now the 4th.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Yes, it is. He has more output than Jack. No, he has more output than Jack Grealish. I can give you that for a fucking sure thing, buddy.
No, he has
0 goals.
No, hang on. He has more output than in the Bundesliga.
No, you know why I can give you that? Because Jack Grealish has 0 goals in 2024. So I can tell you he's going to score more than 0.
Bush hasn't played a single solitary second in the Premier League.
No, I get it, but he's going to score more than 0. I can assure you that in 2025 he will score more than 0.
For my talent ID.
So when he scores more than 0, I'll meet you there. Okay. So they already upgraded their attack because Grealish used to be on the left and he's dog shit. And also Doku barely scores anyways. And like I said, we're the 4th best attack, and we're an Arsenal 1 goal away from us being tied with 4th best to maybe 5th best. So we're going down the whole scoring the most goals in the league now. We used to be first or second. Now we're fourth. Yes, and we haven't bolstered our attack, while some of our opponents have bolstered their attack. That's the issue. Or they're still the same.
Paper, isn't it?
Man City have gone up. Liverpool have stayed the same, and also Arsenal have stayed the same.
Newcastle have stayed the same. Bournemouth have stayed the same.
No. So with Newcastle,
the only ones that really bolstered their attack was Man City. That's it.
Yes, and Newcastle have stayed the same, but Alexander. No, exactly, they've stayed the same, and they're above. They're going to be above us.
But again, this is what. Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though. I could just reverse that before this run. And Newcastle and Bournemouth.
No, but you know what? But Surfer, you can because Scott knows about this. I said this since 3rd week of September that we need a goal-scoring left winger. Me and Scott have been saying this since September.
You have your goal-scoring left winger. He's refusing to use it.
No, he doesn't.
Felix is not a goal-scoring left winger. He's never been a goal-scoring left winger.
I'm not saying Felix. The thing is, right? This is what annoys me with Maresca. Listen to me, yeah. What annoys me is he wants them to be in his system, exactly used the way that he wants it, right? But sometimes when you have different tools, you need to utilize these. Like,
but who's the goal-scoring left winger? Give me the name of the goal-scoring you said we do. So
put in Nkunku.
So on the left, not a left winger. No, he's never been a left winger in his life.
Let me finish, yeah? Put him on the left wing, get him to tuck in, let Cucurella hold the width, yeah? And let him come in and around, crash in the box, with Jackson almost playing as the link-up forward, with Palmer in the 10. All of a sudden, you've got a solution. I don't understand why it's two wingers have to be touching the...
So you mean the thing we did against Man City, where he looked like dog shit? And
he didn't look like dog shit.
Yes, he did. He was fine. He cannot take on his man ever. And we keep on doing this.
He was fine that game.
He also played at times in the season as the 10 because we keep on giving him a billion excuses in Nkunku about when is he going to play in the 10. He drops into the 10 position. He doesn't do anything in the 10 position. He doesn't even do late runs into the box.
And you carry on. You don't like Sancho taking 1,000 touches. You don't like a solution that could be presented with Felix or Nkunku in that position, tucking in. What do you like? Us just going and giving you dopamine, bruv. Do you not get it in your life?
No, because we no, it's not dopamine around. I know which players work for what. Okay, and Nkunku's always worked in almost a 2-striker formation in which he has at least a good. That's not going to work with Jackson or Maresca's system. And you keep on saying how rigid Maresca is. That's how rigid almost every manager is besides Carlo Ancelotti.
And put Palmer on the right. We know he works on the right wing.
Yes, I need that.
We say this, but how is Palmer going to give me width with his like lackluster pace?
He won't give you width.
He's not going to give me width, and then we're going to say we want to. No, then we're going to say
but then you won't get a goal scorer.
No. Wait, hold up. Then we're going to say a right back. We have a Reece James, who is the most injury-prone player in mankind, along with Fofana. And we have a Malo Gusto who can't attack or defend this season because he decided to switch the fuck off. So where the fuck are we getting our width on the right side?
Hey, boys, I'm telling you now, when we make top 4, when we ban him for 3 months, ban him for all transfer window for 3 months. I don't want to hear him praise anything related to Chelsea when we make top 4.
No, I said we would get top 4 this season just because. No, I can say what I want because I am on the reality of this club, dude. I said we would get top 4. I did this whole dopamine hype shit.
Why are you moaning that we're not signing anyone?
Because we need a back. No, just as Ahmed said, it's because this club and the sporting directors aren't even doing enough to get me a good backup striker. When Nkunku we know does not play as a striker, and Maresca sees him as a 10, and same with João Felix. We haven't even got a competent backup striker. For fuck's sake.
Let me bring this back real quick, because I think there's something that Surfer said that I wanted to allude to, that goes to this argument, right, or this debate, I should say. Right now, I feel like a lot of what's going on is based on current form, because if we remember, no one was saying anything about Alexander Isak in the first 7 games of the season. He didn't score his first goal.
Yeah,
he didn't score his first goal in the season until he played us. Wow. But now that he's the next hot commodity, people are talking about him. But before, Jackson was the hot commodity. So I think, listen, I don't disagree with what CP is saying. I do think we do need to get a backup striker. That was something that we should have done last summer. And unfortunately, and this is something I've reiterated. And maybe we can...
by the way. His first goal was Tottenham, by the way.
Oh, got you there.
Third game week. Third game of the season. Okay, yeah. So he had 1 goal up until he scored his 2nd goal up.
He had 1 goal and 1 assist, so then he was injured for 2 game weeks.
Yeah, he wasn't in hot, scintillating form, and we already knew going into the season he's an injury-prone player, right? But now that he's looking great, people want to say pay the 150 million, which is ridiculous. But going back to the point that I was trying to get,
do not want to pay 150.
I know you're not. But going back to the point where I was getting at is that something that we all agree on this, and something that I've said and reiterated multiple times, is that our sporting directors are absolutely shit at negotiating. They take forever to negotiate, and they don't get the price that they were supposed to get. When it comes to selling, we're pretty good at it. But when it comes to buying, we're paying overs on Caicedo, we're paying overs on Enzo, we're paying overs on all types of players, right? And we were ready to pay overs on Osimhen probably, and we just couldn't get it through the line. We were dilly-dallying for forever. My point is that when it comes to this window, I didn't come into this window having high hopes or expectations that we were going to get a striker, that we were going to get a goalkeeper, that we were going to get an attacking left winger, that we were going to get a center mid. Like, look at how many I'm listing for just January.
They also told us that, by the way. They told us that in December. Yeah. There was an article released when things were good. They said they're happy with the construction of the squad and they want a quiet January.
Yes.
That was out there.
But the thing was, we just wanted one position.
But the thing is, Alexis, I get,
that's the adapting.
Yeah. I think the problem is, Alexis, I get the point you're making, and at the time, I think, everyone here probably have been like in a similar format. But our striker, who I think I would argue is pretty much key to the way Maresca works in terms of system-wise, has been essentially killing us, bro. Because the wingers we've got right now, I would argue to be creative wingers, right? And so if our striker isn't really scoring when they're creating for him, then we're kind of we have a big problem, bro. Respectfully, right? I'm pretty sure you would.
Boys, I totally agree with you. Like, I think what Scott said, he hit the nail on the head. You chased Samu and Duran, you didn't get him. You chased Osimhen, you didn't get him, right?
Exactly,
Rightly or wrongly. And then all of a sudden, right? You should know you need a backup come January when Nkunku's not working at the 9 position because your manager doesn't like him. Okay, so have that sorted. But what I don't want them to do is, and I'm telling you now, this fan base would have lost their shit if they got Colomwani on a loan with an obligation of 65 million. You lot would have lost your shit.
Oh, yeah.
He just mentioned
Evan Ferguson.
Oh,
but Alexis, I've said this, like, when it comes to strike, like, they should have addressed this, and they still should be. Worst comes to worst, I don't like it. Like the Vlahovic thing, I think he's not a good footballer. I think he's pretty bad. The fact that he's been benched already by Colomwani is telling, by the way. But if we have to do a loan for him for 6 months, it is where it is. They won't even do that. They won't do that.
But you know
the
what?
Fact that they don't want to address this again for another window is embarrassing.
No, but
it's
you know
crazy.
What the thing is?
It's wild.
This is the thing, and this is an issue that has been there since the beginning, and now it's become like glaringly obvious. Because when you think about it in retrospect, it really is crazy that we went into Pacha's season, which pretty much the only defined striker, like out and out 9, being Jackson, who was being who at that point it was going to be his second professional season. Somebody who was just a left winger a couple of months ago, and we knew that he was going to leave for AFCON. And there was not a backup even then. So it's like we didn't really talk about it in that moment. But like when I lay it out like that, you see the severe lack of planning from these sporting directors, especially in the 9th position. Because how is it possible that we signed somebody that has so many question marks, and even then you knew that they were not going to be there for at least a month, and we still didn't do anything. We still didn't sign anybody. I mean, it's just like, it speaks to how deficient they are in actually understanding how to build a squad. They don't know how to build a squad.
But you know what?
Even if we don't sign somebody, it'd be a stopgap.